You have the positive example of the ant, but also the negative example of the sluggard. And the sluggard, his problem is he can't get out of bed, okay? If you want a good example of a sluggard, come to my house on Saturday mornings and watch me. It says a sluggard, like a door on its hinges, he rolls back and forth in the bed. The sluggard doesn't get up when he wakes up. Okay, that's me on Saturday morning. I just lay there. I'll just say, will you please get out of bed? I'm paralyzed, love. I can't move. Yeah. Here's the sluggard's problem. The sluggard doesn't just do it on Saturday morning. The sluggard does it every single day of the week. The sluggard doesn't get up when he wakes up. The sluggard's always staying in bed. The sluggard's always coming up with some kind of excuse. And even when he does get up, he doesn't do anything. Look at Proverbs chapter 22, verse 13. Proverbs 22:13. The sluggard is always making excuses. Always. And the excuses are never any good. Proverbs 22:13. He says things like, there's a lion outside. I shall be killed in the streets. Now, it's not so crazy because in that culture there really could be a lion outside, but he's basically coming up with anything he can think of to get himself out of work. We call this procrastination. It's most commonly seen in college students or graduate students or anything like that. Some high school students, they come up with anything. Well, my mom wants to go out to work. Well, I got my favorite show's on, or American Idol's on, or this or that is happening, and we'll do anything we can think of in order to get out of work. And that's sluggardliness. That is not industry. That is not wisdom in work. That's foolishness. And it has a consequence. Look at what Proverbs 19:15. Slothfulness or sluggardliness, Proverbs 19:15. Slothfulness cast into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 13, just one page over. Here's a dad speaking to his son. He's saying, son, love not sleep. Okay, don't sleep all the time. Otherwise, lest you come to poverty, open your eyes and you'll have plenty of bread. In other words, there's a relationship between laziness and poverty. That's not to negate the fact that there is some poverty that comes as a result of injustice. Okay, but not all poverty is a result of injustice. Some of the reason why people are poor, some of the reasons why we don't have any money is because we're sluggards. We're lazy. And there's a relationship between laziness and not having food on the table. And so what Scripture is saying, there are consequences. Here's what wisdom says. Get up, have a spirit of industry, take your cues from the ant. You don't need motivation. You're working as unto the Lord, and reject this lazy spirit of just daydreaming, checking your Facebook all day long, never producing anything, making up excuses, any kind of excuse that will get you out of work, that will lead you down a path that you don't want to go. The destination of that path is poverty and a life you don't want for yourself or your family. So work hard, pursue diligence, reject laziness. But we don't